What's up, all you cool kids? This is Daisy Collins. I'm Daisy Collins of TsunamiRose.net, and I'm coming at you live from my little craft room here in Las Vegas. I got a second camera, so isn't that exciting? This camera that you're looking at here, looking at my screen, that is new. What you're looking at, my face, is my old camera. So I got this new fancy system right now where I can show myself on camera on a little part of the screen. So I wanted to say hi. Whenever I feel up to it, I will do this interaction. Sometimes though, I have the webcam literally right in front of my face. So you wouldn't even be able to see my face if you wanted to. But anyways, today we are working on these FrankenPages that I like to include in my journals. And so now I want to include them in all my journals. I just put out a whole collection and it had 23 junk journals. So I'm pretty much ready to start a new one. Hi, Kristen. I'm pretty much ready to start a new batch of journals and I'm really excited about it. So I want to, of course, make some FrankenPages. So I've got all my scraps here in a big old bin. As you can see, it's a huge bin of scraps. This isn't even half my scraps. These are the scraps that are paper, so they're not cardstock. And they're all straight edges. So I just wanted to keep these separate from my other scraps. So that's what's going to be fun about today's project. Is it is all using up scraps. Of course, you could use your papers that are all, jagged edged, but these are all going to be straight pieces of paper. Just because I like to leave some space to actually journal on, so that way you guys can write on some of these spots. That's why you see regular paper. Along with, I used some printables from my store that I've printed out before. I think I used these when I actually collaged on the last place I lived in. I collaged a wall. So I have some extra pieces, and that's what that is from. So what I do is I glue the pieces on here using a glue stick, and then I sew all the edges. I just put the glue in the middle so that way you don't gunk up your sewing machine, because that would be a travesty. So I'm going to be doing a lot of sewing in this video. So let me make one more before I get to my sewing machine. And what I'm using is craft paper. It's really thin craft paper, and it comes in sheets of almost 8.5 by 11. I like to cut them down to be about 8 by 10. So that's the size that these are. And now I'm just going to go through my scraps. Of course, I like to use a lot of lined paper. This right here is lined graph paper. So it's lined in a couple different ways. And I'm just going to go ahead and, like I said, I don't touch the edge. And I like to cut my paper maybe one time. So I don't cut it exactly to size. I'm trying to get the most I can on this paper here. It has glue on it, and I'm just trying to get it on a straight line here. Just so I know the line will be even on the paper. Okay, so I'm using the back of the paper sometimes. You could, of course, use regular printer paper, but this is what I have to work with. Hi, Sass. Good morning. You're good. If I do come on camera, I'm not like anything fancy. I'm just, I have my little hair in a ponytail and I'm looking a mess. That's just me. Sorry you have to see that. Oh, for this one, I think I'm going to cut this down. I'm just saying sometimes I won't feel like being on camera. I don't know. We'll see. I'm just testing it out, you guys. It's nothing permanent. It's nothing permanent. If you don't like it, hey, let me know. Just say, I don't like your face. I'm just kidding. It's fine. Let's do this right here. This is just a piece of book here. I have this little piece of some sort of ledger paper. And this will be up here. Oh, you guys, I went to go see Cats. I'm so excited. I loved it. I loved the movie Cats. I don't know what to say. I don't know it was a good movie. I had a fun time. I had a fun time. I went with my husband and we just laughed and laughed and laughed. Okay, here, this one's pretty right here. Why does that say peep show? I don't know. What does that mean? I don't like that. I don't know what year that book was written in, but that's not cool. Okay, I think I want that there. Actually, I want this here kind of like a patch. Kind of overlapping. I think would be pretty. Oh, this is pretty. This could go right here. Okay, let's do that. You guys, I hope you guys had a good weekend. It is Monday. It's a nice day, actually. But it is kind of cold right now. So I didn't want to open the door. My cat was really annoyed at me. My cat was not happy. Okay, so I want to do this here as a patch. But I also need something here first. So let me see through my little box of scraps. This paper is interesting. And I could put it all along here and take out a whole chunk. That'll be good. You could, of course, make some of these be with a bunch of little papers. You can make some be with big papers. It just depends on your mood. Okay. That looks good. Hi. Hi, Kristen. I already said hi to Kristen. Hi, Diane. Hello, Marie. And hi, Crafty Lore. How dare you be live? Hey, I'm sending you good energy. Good luck. Good energy. Good luck to you. I hope you get the job. Okay, this one I'm going to bunch up. I need one more. Let's see what else I can put here. I was going to sell this camera, but now I think I can either put my face on live or maybe go live on Facebook at the same time, which I think would be kind of cool. The possibilities, I'm not sure where the possibilities go, but they look good. They look good. Let's see. I just kind of use my finger to make a crease line where I'm supposed to cut. Anything to avoid actually using my paper cutter. Till the end, till the very end. Okay. Let's get this glue on here. I want to make a bunch of these to put in my new collection of books. I'm gonna start making little golden books. That's what I said I was gonna do next. So once I get these papers done, I will start on the little golden book collection. Okay, this over here. So I'm excited to do that. I think I'm gonna do the spines in my quilt material. So I'm excited about that because I'm gonna incorporate a lot of them. I have a lot of little golden books to do. So that's exciting. It's gonna be a lot of golden books. Maybe, I guess I can start off with 10 and see how that goes. See how that works for me. I think I'm gonna put more graph paper right here. And I try not to put anything down the middle so that way I don't have to sew and fold down the middle, but I think I kind of did here. Maybe it's a little offset. Try and keep an eye on that in the future. I don't like to, like I said, I'm trying not to put a line specifically down the middle. Just trying to avoid that, but I don't think I did this time. That'll go right here. Let's see what everybody's saying. Hi, Alice. I'm happy to see you. Glad you are back. Okay, here's another piece of this. And we're just missing a tiny little piece right here. I like that. But you know what? I kind of want to put something. Let's see. I want something a little bit more interesting over here in this corner. This would be pretty. Need something longer. Oh, this is beautiful. Yep, that'll work there. And the rest of the piece can be that. Yep. Just like that. Okay, that looks good. That looks good. So this will be right here. And this one will be right here. Yep. Okay. It all fits together. Okay, anyway, so the movie Cats. Like I said, I watched a bunch of videos about what it was about before I went to go see it because I had no idea what it was about. But I was just fascinated because there were so many negative reviews. And I don't know why. I tend to actually like things that other people don't like. So all these negative reviews just kind of made me want to go see it. But the most problems that I saw was most people were like, well, I don't know anything about it. So I was like, well, why don't I go learn about it? Why don't I watch some videos about the original and, you know, what the story is actually about? Because I didn't know anything about cats. So as I was learning about it and like even watching scenes from the one that came out, was it in the 80s or the 90s? I don't know. I can't remember what year it came out in. But, you know, I was watching that and learning about the characters and the storyline and everything. So when I went, I was really excited. I was really, really excited to see what everybody was freaking out about after knowing the story, because that was half the thing everybody was freaking out about, was that there was no story. But there was. I know that now. If I'd gone in, just not knowing the story, I might not have enjoyed it, because I'm not the type of person to hear song lyrics and understand what they're saying. I have no idea what they're talking about. Okay, so I am using Zigzag, and I already tested it out. I have a couple of different stitches here. You can't really tell the difference except this one right here. But I did test it out, and I liked the size that I ended up using, which is on my sewing machine. If you guys don't know, my sewing machine is the Brothers Project Runway limited edition CE1125 PRW. I got it at Walmart. You can still get it now at Walmart. I'm using stitch number 4, which is, oh sheesh, and then I moved it. Stitch number 4, and then you know what? Let me see. Now I don't know what it was. Okay, so the regular one is too thin, so I want it to be a little bit wider, and then the width of it, I think I also did 1.0, but let me test this because, oh gosh. Well, we'll test it on this line. I totally messed up. I pushed the button. I wasn't supposed to. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Let me see. Just do this again. It's not like a standard or anything. See that? There's nothing wrong with this stitch. Just for me, it is too long. So let's test it one more. Anyway, so there was like a couple scenes in Cats that I didn't understand and I didn't like. So one of them except for the one that wore red pants. And his name was, what's his name? The one that was the railway cat. Okay, see, that's, yeah, okay, so maybe one stitch. I'm just testing on my stitches right now. They're all going to come out a little bit weirder. So one stitch longer than default is what I'm doing right now. I'm going to test it out. I should have written it down, but I just kind of wing it every time. Okay, so the little railroad cat, I didn't like his part. I didn't like the little railway cat. What else? Everything else was cool. My husband didn't understand Grisabella or why they didn't like her. Mary says, I'm working with your birds, bees, and peonies and more. Yay. I'm excited to see that, girl. I'm excited. Hi, Joey. Welcome. And Donna. Hi, Donna. Whip this out. This is such an easy project, you guys. Get all your scraps out. And you can use a regular printer paper to use as a base. You don't have to use this craft paper. I just really like the look of the craft paper. But this is some like craft paper that's on a sheet. It's not on a roll or anything like that. And it's thinner than printer paper. I would definitely say it's thinner than printer paper. And then my husband was complaining. I guess I kind of had a problem with it too. So we've never seen the play, and I'm honestly happy that I never did. I don't know. I can't focus on things that are so far away, and then somebody's talking, and by the time I notice who's talking, somebody else is talking. I don't know. So I was happy up until the very end, where Grisabella goes off into the heaviside layer, and that's great. Cool work, do your thing. But then they could have ended it there. That's what my husband was saying. They were like, they could have ended the movie there. Instead of like kind of going off for another, 10 minutes almost about how cats are not dogs. Like that little bit was like, okay. I thought the movie was about cats. I know it's not. You guys are not dogs. And maybe I didn't go see it opening night, so maybe I don't know what everybody was talking about with the whole bad CGI. I didn't think it looked so bad. I didn't see what everybody was making a big deal about. I showed my husband the original Tub Tugger with the partridge guy, and he was like, I don't know about that. He said he's a little David Bowie. He's like us, a little bit of David Bowie. I'm like, maybe. Maybe. Oh, you know what? We could add stamps. Stamps would look cute. Okay, so after I sew it all like that, I take off all the strings because they drive me crazy. So I cut off all the strings, you guys. I don't know how you guys feel about strings. I can't stand them. They get in my way when I sew. They just get in the way. So I need to get rid of them right away. That's just me. Get off, get off. Oh! Overall, I was like dancing. I was laughing. I was having a good time watching cats. Honestly, I loved it. I loved it. I'm not gonna lie. I always toss my scraps out, but I'll save them for now on. Definitely save your scraps. There's honestly only a certain point that you can keep scraps though. Like, I'm not gonna lie, there's a point where you will be like, I am saving every little bit of scrap. It happens. So don't be afraid to throw stuff away. I'm not one of those people that's telling you to save everything. Definitely, there's a time to maybe you could probably even sell your scraps or do this with your scraps. Just make a bunch of stuff like this. And then you can cut these into tags if you want. The possibilities are endless. Paste these onto cardstock, and then you can cut them out and make tags. I gotta sew this right here. Okay, so after I do this, get this, the thing back on the camera. Oh my gosh, the camera. The camera back on. Okay, I'm gonna sew this last part. And then what I like to do is I like to sew. See, this is a mess. Oh my, hang on. Hang on, this is a mess. Hang on. And I gotta blow my nose. Oh. Okay, give me 1 second. 1 second, you guys. Okay, I'm back. Let me see, how's my sound? Properties. Okay, we're back. I gotta cut off these little bits on the back because they get on my nerves. They really do. I can't. You can drive yourself crazy saving scraps. So sometimes just throw it away. Yeah, save some of them, but definitely get rid of your scrap. You don't need to save everything. Oh my gosh. You could. Okay, so now I like to sew all the way around the edge like this, just because I feel like it looks finished that way. That's just how I feel. And because I don't glue the edges down, that's also why. There we go. And I found that with these collages, the thread looks better when it's darker instead of like the light colored thread. The light colored threads look good. Darker colored threads look good. Colored threads look a little off. I don't know. Maybe it's because there's so many colors going on, and a darker color or a lighter color look a lot better. I've tested it out, and I don't like different colored threads other than dark or lights. Darks make everything stand out. The dark colors make everything stand out, and then the light colors make everything just like blend in and just look like, you know what I mean, just very light stitching. It's a cute look too. Like maybe you're doing like a baby journal, so you want to use like a pastel pink or like a pastel blue. That would look really cute. What is everybody saying? So are all your scraps printed digitals? No. I have a bunch of scrapbook paper in here. Also a bunch of scrapbook paper. And it's printer paper thickness, so it's not cardstock. I do have a bunch of scrapbook paper that's cardstock that's in another pile. But this specific pile here is all printer paper, printed pages. There's also coffee dyed paper in here, lots of dyed, like, lined paper, but there is digitals in here also. But mostly it's book, scrapbook paper, and lined book paper. Lined paper, I should say, lined paper. That's what I have in this pile here. So I sort my scraps by paper pack myself. And then also I have other subcategories of scraps. I'm a little crazy with my scraps. I'm a little crazy with my scraps right now because I have so many scraps. So I have these scraps right here that are all perfectly like squared and straight lines. And then I also have another scrap where I tear all the paper apart. Then I have also some scraps separated by paper pad, just because it makes, sometimes I need scraps that are cardstock, and then in this case sometimes I need scraps that are like printer paper, you know what I mean? So sometimes you have uses for both. If you do printer paper with like a printer paper base with cardstock on top, you can make that into tags. That I wouldn't put that into your signatures, but you could make that into tags, or you could even make that a cover. Yeah, you can make it a cover. It might be a little hard to fold. You might have to actually score it before you fold it in half. But I usually do cardstock on cardstock for tags. Okay, so this one is done. Now I'm going to sew this one that I did off camera. I'm just going to do that really quickly. Hi, Jane. Hi. Okay, so let's do this line over here. I do the long ones first. This is just great practice on using your sewing machine. So maybe have a kid and you can have them do the sewing. Good practice, good practice. Just folding the paper straight. So this one will be over here. I need water. Yup, everybody's here. I'm just so silly. Okay. So these are going to look great in my new junk journal, you guys. I can't wait to get started on them. And I'll definitely work on one probably a week on here while I work on them in the background as well. Yes, I love this red color. Gonna miss it when it's gone. It's so sad. Okay, so I got one more line to do, then we are done with the inside part. Then we got so the last outside. Oh my God, it's a whole thing, you guys. It's a whole thing. But I love these FrankenPages, and now I just really want them in my journals. I want to do a whole collection with them as covers, so I will be doing some of them in regular size. But for now, I really want them to be journal pages. Let's get these threads out the way. And normally I would have a piece of tape over here, but I just don't today. I don't have my stuff together today. And I'm really trying to be careful with my threads, you guys. I told you guys, okay, so I was looking into why my chair wouldn't roll, like why don't the wheels roll anymore? Come to my heart to find that every time I dropped my thread on the ground and just forgot about it. They was getting trapped in my chair tires. Every So just listen to me. Learn from my mistakes here. And gather up your threads and throw them away. Nobody told me. Okay. So let's do the edges and then we can do another collage. Let's see. I'm collecting threads. Yes, exactly. Don't do it. Don't do it. I don't recommend it at all. I do not recommend it. Okay. I make them out of all kinds of paper. I put cardstock on them and I make sure it's not in the center. That's a good idea. Yeah, you're right. I could definitely just make sure that the cardstock pieces aren't in the center. Okay. Yes, that could work. Because I usually just avoid cardstock altogether with these. But you are correct. It could be on the edges. Part. Okay. Okay. Oh, this just looks so nice with the dark thread. It just makes everything kind of contrast. And like I said, when you use a light thread, it just makes everything blend in. Unless you're doing like all one, like a color scheme or something, different color threads, I don't know about. I don't like it. It's not my personal preference. Okay. So now let's get started on a new one. So got these done. That's good. Let's do another one. Got my little glue stick. Let's get the screen down here. There we go. Okay. I have this pretty paper right here. Oh, I love that. Some of it will be on the other side though. Let's see. Let me cut this in half. That way I can get some pieces on this side and some pieces on this side. This is a little bit thicker paper, but that's okay. That is okay. And I think that's a potato. But I still like it. Again, I don't put my glue on the edges. If you don't plan on sewing, then you could glue all the way to the edge, but I don't. So that'll be there. Now I have this lined paper. Just gonna cut off the empty part. And I think I'll put this here. Yeah, that'll be fine. Sometimes I overlap things, and that's okay. I hope My new camera looks nice. I think it looks a little bit better, but you know what? I'm not sure. I'm never sure. I thought my last one looked good. Okay, what is everybody saying? What is everybody saying? One-legged witchy woman says Kat is a seasoned professional. She knows all these tips. You're right. And Jane says, pretty, thank you. Donna says, I have so many paper pads. It may be fun to just chop them up. Yep, you could just chop anything up, even if it's not scraps, girl. Don't tell yourself that it's not a junk journal because it's not real scraps. Some people. Just chop it up. It's fine. It's kind of a big piece right there. I don't like that. It's too big, too big. Okay, so I have this. This is pretty. It's just some scrapbook paper. But I do like it right here. And this one I'm just going to cut off myself here. Okay. And then I might take this piece and put it over here. Ha ha. Yep, that looks good, actually. And since they'll be on 2 different pages, you won't be able to tell anyways, so that's okay. I'll go right here. And again, most important for me is to put paper that you can write on. There's this little pink piece right here. Yeah, let's do that right here. And I try not to stress over this project right here. It's supposed to be fun. Don't stress about how it's not looking like this or looking like that. Just concentrate on doing something for an hour or so. Just having a little bit of fun. Nothing stressful here. There's nothing you are doing wrong, and there's no right or wrong way to do this. Just whatever you feel kind of goes there. Here is some graph paper, but ooh, this will fit right here. Again, this is where I kind of overlap things, and you know what? That's okay. Overlapping is okay. So I'm just going to put this here. I'm not even going to measure yet. I'm not going to worry about that yet. We'll worry about that in a moment. Let's see, I need something squarish. Let's see. No. Oh, no, that's almost wide enough. But it's not. Looking at these scraps off camera. I'm sorry. Oh, this is pretty. This is like some writing or something. That looks cute there, yeah. And I don't know what this says exactly. I bought a pack of somebody's like Italian grandpa's notes or something. Because it's a bunch of, it's like envelopes and like banknotes, all in Italian. And they look like really old stationery. Oh, this is pretty. That can go there. Okay. I think I have to cut this part off right here. Take this part off here too. Okay. Your scraps are pretty. Aren't they pretty? They have it on rolls. Yes, this paper is, I've looked it up. Um, Basically, I don't have it in front of me, but if you grab a pack of printer paper, or when you go to the store, you grab a pack of printer paper, look at the weight, because I can't remember how heavy printer paper is. Look at the weight of the printer paper, and you can go online and look up craft paper that's that weight or even lighter. That way you can get kind of a sense of what you're looking for, because it is thinner than printer paper. What is going there? Maybe this right here. I could just cut it to size. Cool, that works there. Okay, so that seals that in. And I just got this little slice over here. These are actually from one of my junk journal pages. Just a portion that just didn't fit, I guess, the journal. I don't know quite how this piece got here. I don't know how quite any of my scraps get to my scrap bin, but they make their way there. Okay, so now I get to cut. I don't know where my smaller paper cutter is, so I just have my gigantic one that I just hit my camera, my light with. But that is what we're working with here. And then these little pieces just go back in my scrap bin. Just make their way back into the scrap bin. And the process honestly just starts all over again, you guys. I save these little scraps. I might end up throwing them away later, but for now they'll just go in my little scrap bin. And then this piece right here. I should have just cut this off myself, but okay. Okay. So now this is what we've done here, because why not? FrankenPages, they're just fun. They don't need a reason to look a certain way. Unless that's what you want to do. If you want to do, like I said, like a color themed FrankenPaper page, that would be kind of fun. That line. Again, you don't even have to use a sewing machine. That's just what I like to do. I just like to use a sewing machine on everything. The thin is 20 pounds. Okay. Hi. You like seeing my little fingers? I don't know why I'm laughing. Okay, calm down. I was just seeing, I don't know, maybe somebody had a problem with it. I don't know. I'm just testing it out. Like I said, some days you don't want to be on camera, I'm sure. And usually I have my hair up. I will have my hair down the day after I take a shower. And then afterwards, it'll be in my hair up until I take another shower. I don't even know why I have long hair. My hair is just always in a ponytail. I was actually thinking of cutting it short and maybe even like cutting bangs. I don't know how it would look like with bangs. I haven't had bangs in forever. Okay. Do you make any Christmas fragrant pages? Yes, I made Christmas fragrant pages. Not last year, but the year after that. Before that. Let me get them out. Let me show you because I love them. So at the time, I didn't have a lot of Christmas scrapbook paper, so I used gift wrapping paper. So you see they're foiled, and I use scraps of paper, and I also use my Jane Austen Christmas printables in the Christmas ones. So I didn't actually get to use them last year. It feels ridiculous saying last year, but it was last year. I didn't use them last year, but I definitely want to use them this year. These will probably be junk journal covers because they're actually regular size. These ones, I think they're regular size. Yeah, they are regular size. These ones, I cut them down a little bit smaller because usually this right here, this is the size I make my covers in, and then this is the size the pages inside are. So that's kind of my little system. So yeah, I'll definitely be using these probably. I get into Christmas like in June and July is when I start making Christmas stuff. And if I don't have Christmas stuff out by then, I feel like I'm already late to the game. So anyways, yeah, I have done Christmas ones. I have. But those I did them a long time ago. It's been a while. I use my Daisy College printables. Hey. Sometimes you have extra little scraps and throw them in. Throw them in your FrankenPages for sure. Let's do this one right here. Water break. I'm watching a lot of videos on decoration and like decor and organization. And it's really inspiring me in regards of what to do in my own office because I have a huge space now. And I need to decorate. I don't have any, my walls are just white all around me. Which I'm fine with actually, but I'm actually kind of not. I kind of want to do something. I kind of want to decorate a little bit, but I've never decorated, so I don't know what to do. To be honest with you, I figured I'm gonna stay here for a long time. I hope. So I need to decorate. I've never decorated my house, and I finally feel like okay, I kind of want to now. Now I want to. So I'm not sure if I have a wall off here to my right where I have all of my shelves. Apparently, I don't like to do drawers. I like to be able to see what I have. If things are in drawers, I tend to forget about them. So my office kind of looks, it's not messy, but it looks messy because I have shelves and not like doors. You know what I mean? Where you wouldn't be able to see the mess. But it's not messy. It's organized. It's just, chaos still. It's still chaotic. So I'm debating whether I should buy all matching shelves to like be the whole wall. Or keep my existing shelves and buy more shelves to be on top and decoration. So that's my current dilemma. It's my current thing that I'm dealing with here, first world problem here. And then I have a wall behind my desk, which I have like 3 desks. But I'm on one desk and I'm facing a wall. When I'm on my other desk, it's behind me. But I want to have like an inspiration wall, like where I just stick things on, like photos and stuff. So I'm trying to think about how I can do that in a stylish way. I'm not sure yet. I have to look up a lot of Pinterest photos and keep watching YouTube videos on home decor. It's always been such an overwhelming thing for me to even decorate a bedroom. And now I have a whole house. And it's a little much for me. It's a little much. But I figure I'll tackle it room by room. First, my bedroom. First, my office. I don't spend any time in my bedroom. So, first, my office. And then my husband's room is a mess. I call it his room, but it's his little man cave or whatever. His little office. Um, and that needs. It feels like we just moved in. It's been a couple months. So I really want to get a move on moving in. I want to get that over with because I want to start decorating and doing stuff. I'm a little frustrated about my bathroom because my mom tiled the bathroom so ugly. I don't like the colors that she picked. It's like an orange tile. So why would you pick an orange tile? Anyways, and my tastes are just like really dark, almost gothic-y. You know what I mean? Just like really dark. And I don't know what I'm going to do with orange tile. I guess if I add black, it'll look Christmassy. I don't know. Not Christmassy, Halloweeny. Okay, so let's do the border around this one, and then we can get started on another one before I log off. And these do take a while to make, but of course I'm sitting here talking and stuff with you guys. You can probably do this mindlessly while you watch television. And then I'm dying to paint the cabinets. I want to paint the cabinets so bad. I don't know how to paint cabinets, but I want to. I really want to. I would love it if my kitchen cabinets were like a dark gray. They would look beautiful. I could see it in my head. I could see it in my head. How to make it happen, I don't really know. I've never done anything like that. I've seen videos on it and I'm just like, oh, that's a lot of work. And my parents have basically given me free range. If you want to pay for it, do it. Basically, is what they're saying. Is what is what they're saying. You want to paint the cabinets? Sure, paint the cabinets. You want to paint the walls? Go ahead. It's your house. Pay for it. Of course, I've got to come up with the cash. Yeah, no, I'm excited about it's a little townhouse condo situation. I'm happy with it. I don't need any more space than that, really. This is actually a lot of space that I actually don't really need. But, it's always good to have space to grow into and stuff like that, even though I don't like the idea of getting more stuff. I'm a weird one. I don't like having a lot of stuff because I could really go crazy if I'm allowed to. Okay. So, I like this scrap. This scrap is pretty. That's gorgeous right there. Oh, this has lined paper. To put it in two different places. Oh, here's some. Oh, this is actual scrapbook paper, but it is cardstock. So we'll put it off to the side, just not in the middle. We got this. No, not that. No. I got more of this book paper. I do want to just cut off the edges and kind of make it just a little block of text like that. Might fit right there. Let me glue this down before I lose before I lose it. Okay, glue stick. I'm kind of trying to avoid using my paper cutter, to be honest with you, till the very end. So I am trying to find pieces that I could either cut with my scissors, if I could try and make that evenly. Ooh, this kind of, there's writing on this, and I don't want it to be upside down, so that kind of just switched everything up, but that's okay. It's okay. That'll go right here. Ooh, getting it straight on the line. That is tough. That is tough. Right there. And then this piece, I want to use it. It is cardstock. Just not using it in the middle. Okay. This paper. Go right here. And you can get these glue sticks at a really good deal on Amazon. They are Elmer's extra strength glue sticks. Get them at a really good price. Probably like, I think they're like $12 for like 24 of them. That's a good deal. It costs more than that at Walmart. So that's how I know it's a good deal. That's how I figure it's a good deal, I should say. Okay, so book paper. Let's just put it over here. Also, if you think about this too much, it'll take you a long time to do. This project's supposed to be fast. You're not really supposed to think about it. It's all crazy paper collage. So, of course, you could definitely, if you want to, take all your time with it. But I'm trying to make it quick. Trying to make it not a big deal over here because that's how I like to have fun. Once I get too stressed out about it, it's no longer fun to me. That's just me. That's just me, though. I don't like being frustrated. Okay, so that goes there. I have not barely used all my craft stuff, only collected for 3 years. You know what? That happens. It happens. But it's fun to just put stuff together sometimes, though. This paper might be a little bit too crazy. But this paper is not too crazy. I like that. I like doing easy things. So like I said, take one day and make tags. Take one day and make journal pages. Take one day and make envelopes and such and such. That way you don't become overwhelmed. But it's fun when you have all new stuff. I have a bunch of stamps I have to play with. I should play with them soon. Okay. We need more lined paper. Huh. This one fits perfectly. Perfect. It overlaps, but that's okay. You could cut it all down to size perfectly, but I am not going to do that. Not today. It's okay if it overlaps a little bit. Oh, yeah, I was going to do it the other way. Hang on. Hang on, I was going to do it the other way. This way. Have it overlap on this side. That makes more sense. Okay, so now we just have one little piece. One little piece. Oh, this little fig syrup soup fits right there perfectly. Actually, I want to make that bigger piece. I want to put the whole thing on it. Yep, I do. Okay, this right here. Right here, that looks good. Okay, so now I do need my paper cutter. I need to buy a new blade for my little paper cutter, and because this one is a little bit too big to use day to day. It does cut great though. It does cut like butter. Okay, so this. Okay. Okay, we're gonna sew, and then that is it for today, you guys. I'm gonna keep working, but I gotta take a little break, you guys. That's just how I am. After an hour, I'm like, I want to get up, I want to move around, I want to go eat, I want to get a snack. This is definitely a fun experiment. I hope you guys don't mind seeing my little face. If you do, let me know. Let me know. I don't mind. I'm just kidding. Don't tell me. It'll make me cry. Okay. I was all crooked on this line right here, but you know what? That's okay. It's okay. It's all right. It's okay. Let's go right here. Bye, cat. See you next time. That looks good. This way. Okay. Now, when I have to do lines on the inside, I like to work first from the inside out, so that way the strings are out here. The strings end up on this side. That way it makes this cutting part out easier and you lose less thread. I gotta do this one right here. Okay, because that part right there, when you gotta do part on the middle, you pull a lot of thread out. So some things you can do to avoid losing too much thread, like this right here. Anytime you can end up, oh, my bobbin is gone. I didn't do anything. That's the worst, when you think you're sewing and you're not. Worst feeling ever, you guys. Worst feeling ever. Okay. Do that again. Let's do that again. Okay, you guys, I'll sew around the edge in a second, but we are all done for today. I want to say thank you guys so much for joining me on this little fun adventure we just went on, making these wonderful FrankenPages. You can definitely build up a nice stash of these while using up your stash of scraps. So that is what is so wonderful about this project. And of course, you can make it easy for yourself. Don't stress about the colors. Just put it all together, whatever kind of fits together like a puzzle piece. And do use darker threads or very light threads. That's my two tips. my 2 little tips there. But I do want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. I hope this camera right here looked good, and the camera on my face, that's fine. Anyways, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I will see you guys here at the same time tomorrow at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We'll be doing something else junk journal related. So if that is the type of thing that you're into, please do hit that subscribe button and give me a little thumbs up. You guys, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I'll be here tomorrow. Bye.